Can you give us an idea of the role that satellites play in analysing climatic changes throughout the years?
Well, I think that the whole satellite technology is absolutely vital to what we're trying to achieve here for understanding the climate system. This is the only way you can really measure things every day, everywhere, using the same instrument and calibrating that instrument perfectly. So we're in the process of building up a global record of things like sea surface temperatures, vegetation, cloudiness, atmospheric temperatures, things like that for every day, for everywhere, all over the world. It's giving us a very detailed picture. Impossible without satellites.
How many satellites are there up there at the moment analysing the climate?
Actually, it's not as many as you might think. It's more like a small squadron than a fleet. We have, NASA's got sort of, depending how you count them, about 10 satellites that do different things. Support weather prediction as well as climate. Europeans have got another batch, 5 or 6, and the rest of the world has got another 6 or 7 between them. So really, you know, you could put them all in this room quite happily, or in 4 or 5 parking spaces. That would be your total inventory of environmental satellites. Not very big, but a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive business.
In terms of the time scale, how far back are we looking at with these satellites in terms of the climatic changes?
Well, unfortunately, we don't have any wooden satellites that go back to the 1850s. The first serious sort of record coming forward, I guess, is Landsat and a NOAA satellite that started in the late 70s. So we have a record of something from the late 70s onwards. But the Earth observing system satellites that are very detailed, very comprehensive, that sort of starts in 98.
Right.
1998, and it's been running continuously, and I would expect that that capability will continue from now on.
And how clear can you be? Because obviously climate change is a hugely contested arena, and there are lots of skeptical people out there. How clear and how well can you communicate these changes through the images that you gather on the satellites?
Well, I think that's one of the benefits that was unforeseen with the whole business of satellite science, if you like, was that people really understand immediately a satellite image. You show somebody a satellite image of temperature or cloudiness, and it's instantly comprehensible. You know, global scale, I can see everything, and the school kid can understand it. So, unforeseen benefit that it communicates the science of climate change to the public, even kids, very clearly.
And from what you've seen, you're convinced there are changes afoot?
Absolutely. I think the scientific consensus is absolutely solid. I mean, you could say there are skeptics out there, but there's a very small minority of scientists who don't believe that there is serious climate changes going on. The majority of responsible scientists in the field, in the world, basically have signed up. Yeah, there are serious changes and we need to pay attention.
And a final question, you're one of the few lucky people to have ever flown into the atmosphere and flown out and looked at our planet from above. What's the whole sensation like? What's it like, and what does it look like?
Well, I would like to take everyone else with me because it's such a marvelous experience. I mean, the whole business of being in space is wonderful. See the world as a globe. Yeah. And I thoroughly enjoy that. Everyone enjoys it on a personal level. To see your home planet, you know, in an hour and a half, go right round it. It's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. But I learned a thing or two as a scientist, which surprised me. The thing that really surprised me is when you look out the window at the Earth's rim, you see how thin the atmosphere is. It's just like a sliver. It's like that. It's a very, very thin kind of film of gas around the planet. And that really brought home to me how easily mankind can affect its own environment. The stuff we breathe, there is not much of it. It's a very thin atmosphere. We better pay attention.